Hi guys, I'm Lucy from Japan and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about the personality and character of Prince Akishino, also known as Prince Fumihito, who's gonna attend the coronation of King Charles III of the United Kingdom. The invitation for the coronation ceremony was addressed to Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako, but Akishino and Kiko used the power of his mother, retired Empress Michiko, to intercept the invitation to the Emperor and Empress in order to appeal their presence at this international ceremony. King Charles and Emperor Naruhito have been good friends for many years, and I'm sure King Charles was very much looking forward to meeting Emperor Naruhito at the coronation. But it is unfortunate that Prince Akishino and Kiko will be attending. Many Japanese called and emailed the Prime Minister's office and the Imperial Household Agency to protest this interception of the invitation. Prince Akishino and Kiko may not well known overseas, but they are first in the line of succession to the imperial throne, but they are greatly disliked by the Japanese people. If the Japanese government continued to insist on a male line of succession and Prince Akishino become the next heir to the throne, instead of Emperor Naruhito's only daughter, Princess Aiko, many Japanese would want the imperial system be over. It will never be acceptable to have Prince Akishino and his son Prince Hisahito as next emperor. In addition, the younger generation, such as 20s and 30s, do not seem to be very interested in the existence of the imperial family itself. Today, I'm going to introduce an excerpt from a report written 30 years ago by an American journalist about Prince Akishino. This report was written by Edward Klein, a famous journalist, when he was in Japan in 1983 as an Asia correspondent for UPI. It is titled Letter from Tokyo, Masako's Sacrifice, June 1993. Edward Klein is a well-known journalist who served as editor-in-chief of the New York Times from 1977 to 1987 and worked for Newsweek, Vanity Fair, and Parade magazines, among others. There is no doubt about the authenticity of this report. The report, Letter from Tokyo, Masako's Sacrifice, June 1993, is a 6-page report written at the time of the marriage of Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako, and mainly describes the events leading up to their marriage and their conflict with the Imperial Household Agency, and one part of the report describes the differences in character between Emperor Naruhito and his younger brother, Prince Akishino. I will read out this part. Naruhito may have cultivated this image to distinguish himself from Prince Akishino, his haughty, headstrong younger brother, whose nickname is Fast Hand because of his reputation as a heavy drinker and womanizer in Tokyo's nightclubs and discos. Though the facts have never been published in Japan, it is widely believed that Akishino's intimate relationship with his steady girlfriend Kiko became a matter of serious concern to the court. Eventually, as a result of pressure from Kiko's father, the Imperial Household Agency has no choice but to allow Akishino to marry in the summer of 1990, even though tradition dictated that the younger brother wait until after the crown prince was wed. The brother relationship is marked by sharp sibling rivalry, at least on the part of Akishino. Knowing how sensitive Naruhito is about his height, he claims to be 5 feet 5, and his eyes, which have eccentric force, Akishino once reportedly told him, "The reason you are having trouble finding a wife is that you are not the girl's cup of tea. You are too short-legged and too Mongolian-looking." The head of a chain of supermarket who taught kendo, a traditional form of Japanese fencing, to both Naruhito and Akishino, reportedly remarked that while the crown prince was a diligent student, his younger brother was incapable of absorbing the spiritual values that are at the heart of all martial arts. That is all. 30 years ago, it was reported that Prince Akishino was haughty and a womanizer, and his character remains the same today. His extreme rivalry with his brother, including insulting remarks about his brother's appearance, can also be seen from this time. However, the most remarkable part of this report is this. It is widely believed that Akishino's intimate relationship with his steady girlfriend Kiko became a matter of serious concern to the court. Eventually, as a result of pressure from Kiko's father, the imperial household agency had no choice but to allow Akishino to marry in the summer of 1990. It was in September 1989 that Prince Akishino and Kiko announced their engagement, and in June 1990, they were married. And back in January 1989, Akishino's grandfather, Emperor Hirohito, passed away. In Japan, there is a tradition of not having engagement and marriages and other celebrations for a year after the death of a family member in order to mourn for the death of the family member. And even if we were planning to get engaged or married, we would postpone it when we lost our family. Emperor Hirohito's death was very, very shocking to Japanese people, and Japan was filled with deep grief. It is the same as the British people's grief at the death of Queen Elizabeth of the United Kingdom, or the Thai people's grief at the death of King Bhumibol of Thailand. And for the year following his death, the atmosphere was one of self-restraint. So many public or private festivals and events were cancelled or minimized its scale. In such a time of mourning all over Japan, the announcement of the engagement of Prince Akishino, grandson of the Emperor Hirohito, came as a surprise to the Japanese people and is a good example of the insanity of Prince Akishino and Kiko. Today, no one would claim a couple for getting married before their elder brother, but to get married during the mourning period of the Emperor Hirohito is insane and deserves to be criticized. Furthermore, at the time of the engagement announcement, Prince Akishino was studying in England, and Kiko was a graduate student at Gakushuin University. In other words, both of them were still students. Why did they have to announce their engagement at this time? And why were they in such a hurry to get married? And why couldn't they wait until graduation? And there is another interesting story. Emperor Hirohito knew that Kiko was Prince Akishino's steady girlfriend, but he was clearly uncomfortable with her. The emperor said that he would never accept Kiko as Akishino's wife or even as a concubine, a side wife. The Emperor Hirohito must have predicted Kiko's ambitious, arrogant, and vulgar behavior and her gold-digging nature. Kiko's father was a professor of Gakushuin University, and her family was very average or below average. And even looking at the family background, it does not seem to be suitable family to be a member of the imperial family. It was reported that Kiko and Akishino met at a university bookstore, but Kiko had set her target on becoming the wife of a member of the imperial family from the very beginning, and that Kiko's father deliberately arranged the meeting between Akishino and Kiko by asking the owner of the bookstore for help. And the most disturbing part of this report is this. As a result of pressure from Kiko's father, the imperial household agency had no choice but to allow Akishino to marry in the summer of 1990. You know, there are so many questions on this part. Why was the Imperial Household Agency forced to allow Akishino and Kiko to marry due to pressure from Kiko's father? And why did they rush to announce the engagement even though it was a light after the death of Emperor Hirohito? And Prince Akishino was studying in England at that time. Why didn't the Imperial Household Agency say no to Kiko, that Kiko was just a girlfriend for Prince Akishino and that he would choose his official wife from a girl from an upper-class family that matched with the Imperial family? And why didn't the Imperial Household Agency tell them to wait a year until the Emperor Hirohito's mourning period was over, since they were both still students? Do you have any reasons to make sense? We Japanese have one. There are rumors about these various mysteries that seem plausible. This is of course only a rumor with no clear evidence, but if this were the case, it could be the reason why the Imperial Household Agency was forced to approve the marriage between Prince Akishino and Kiko due to pressure from Kiko's father. At the same time, it could be the reason why the Imperial Household Agency could not have chosen a better girl, and also the reason for the engagement in the mourning period. The rumor is that Kiko had an abortion, Prince Akishino's baby, in the past. This rumor is widely believed that Kiko's father, who knew about the abortion, came directly to the Imperial Palace and shouted at the retired Emperor Akihito, who is Prince Akishino's father, to make Prince Akishino take responsibility for the past abortions. It is said that he probably threatened the retired Emperor Akihito by saying that if Akishino no longer took responsibilities and abandoned Kiko, he would expose this abortion to weekly magazines. This is just a rumor, as I said, but unless there was a backstory of this magnitude, there was no rational reason for Prince Akishino to marry Kiko at that time. In other words, Prince Akishino, Mr. First Hand, was honey-trapped in the end. In addition, high dowry and gifts are usually required when marrying into a male member of the Imperial family. Several outfits and other items are also made and prepared by bride's parents. Therefore, the ladies marrying into male Imperial members often have wealthy parents. However, Kiko was the daughter of a poor professor who lived in a 3-room apartment of the university-owned residence for their employees, and her parents did not even own their house. And when Kiko married, she had no dowry, no gifts, and had all her wedding expenses paid by the emperor's family. The retired Empress Michiko was disgusted with Kiko that she even charged the bill to the emperor's family for a very small expense such as the globes she wore at the wedding. Kiko's father was so proud that Kiko could marry Prince Akishino for free. Therefore, their marriage was not blessed by Japanese people from the beginning. And as I have said in my past videos, Prince Akishino and Kiko are now living a life of crazy luxury on the taxpayers' money. I'd like many people to know that this is the true personality of Prince Akishino and Kiko, who will attend the coronation of King Charles of the United Kingdom this time. Please share and spread this information to worldwide. That's all I would like to say today. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like the video. And if you want to know more truths of Japanese Imperial family, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.